Hello everyone, my name is Rahman WaterWala, and today I am super excited because today I am going to conduct an amazing interview of an amazing man named Christer Edman. So first I introduced a little bit about Christer Edman. So he is a Sweden-based entrepreneur and professional coach known for his digital content creation and motivational coaching, as well as he is active on various social media and manages platforms for personal and professional development. So, yeah, so let's welcome our today's amazing guest and start our interview. So, hello, sir. How are you?
Thank you so much for the invitation to this interview, your podcast. I'm honored to be here. How are you?
I am also good. So, my first question from today's interview is what inspired you to start your journey as an entrepreneur or coach?
Yeah, there are two. First answer to start as an entrepreneur. I created Kreman Innovation, the company, in 1987. So it's quite many years ago. And the reason I started with it was because I noticed the job market can be very fluently. It's going in waves. And I was thinking, if I don't have an employment, I'm working, then I can always work on my own company, my own business. So that was the reason I started up the company in 1987, and as an entrepreneur. And we have like entrepreneurs in the family, the heritage. My yeah. So one of my relatives was the co-founder of Volvo, Assar Gabrielsson, and that's quite a big car company. And my grandfather, he actually started up the distribution for milk products and for dairy products in an area here, region in Sweden. So I have like it is in my blood from the heritage actually. So that's the entrepreneurship, I think. And my father was a police, but he had his own business beside his work. So he was taking care of cars and so on, repairing. And it was like at the home we had. I was the oldest, so it was always people there. My friends came there. They were always in the garage and fixing cars and things. So it's from that time, I think. And as a coach, it started in the beginning of 2000 when I was working at IBM, actually. I was a project manager for IBM and with IT. And so it was um, a knowledge transfer project. We had people from India there at IBM, and they had come to Sweden for taking over. And I was responsible for the local SAP, big enterprise system. And I noticed they were not so happy to be in Sweden. They missed their families and they were talking about them and they were not so happy. And when you are not so happy, you have really hard to do a good job because that is taking over. And they were worried and they had boring times. So I was talking to many of the team members as a project manager. And most of those conversation, it was about their feelings and their missing of their parents and so on. And one of them told me, Christy, you're not only a project manager. I should say you are a people's manager. And people's manager, that was the coaching part. And after that, I understood how important it is to have this coaching conversation, asking them and listening to people and making them to feel heard and that they could feel better and what they want to do and if they could plan for when are you going back, did you talk to your father or mother or any relative, instead of just coming and talking about the IT, what is needed to be delivered. So I started from the people's part instead, the feeling, and so on. So that was the reason.
I think you totally explain it in very detail. So I hope our audience also know about that. So my next question from you is, can you tell me that how did your childhood in Sweden shape and who you are today?
Oh, I think I'm quite a little bit of a rebel because I want to do things in my way. I never liked to go in school. My mother was a Finnish war child, and she came to Sweden and become adopted here when she was 7 years of age. She had gone through a lot of hardships in her life, and my father was, yeah, the police, and uh, for the discipline and for all of those things was from my father's side. From my mother's side, it was a lot about don't trust authorities, don't trust people who are just in place from the authorities and for politicians and so on. She was very, I should say, aware of how the world were at that time. And when I grew up, I was also refusing to participate in the military services because I said, why shall I go out and kill someone who someone else is saying, go out and you shall protect the country or so on? Because I never felt like we are safe nowhere where we are. We need to keep the safety inside. And if we like people, then we never want to kill them. And the more people we get to know and understand, the less we want to kill someone else or protect a piece of land, because I don't care about land or mark like that. I care about people. If someone is trying to steal something, yeah, take it. I don't care about it. If you are controlled by the materialistic things, if that is the most important, yeah, maybe it's a poor person who don't have and they need for food, or they think that they shall value a sport car or something which is, for me, it has no value. I care about people. Now I was a little bit long, but the childhood formed me to the person I am today, because my mother was lacking a lot of things. She was forced to live in a family with a single mother. She had to left her family in Finland and moved to Sweden as a 7 years old child. My father had a discipline which formed me also to always deliver, always make sure that if you say something, stand up for it and never lie.
Amazing. So my next question was, like, how do you balance personal life and professional commitments?
That's a very good question. I decided some years ago that I want to have a work which I love to work, which is a work which is a part of my own lifestyle. And then I decided to become a professional coach and working on that. As an entrepreneur, I can control my time myself. And it's important with the balance, because if I don't have the balance, then something else will suffer. Because there are always demands from people, from the authorities, from whatever, from customers, whatever we have put out there, we have to take care of afterwards. So therefore, I'm very careful with promise and start up things, because I know that has an impact. So I used to reflect over myself, what are my values, what I want to do, the why I am doing something. That is so important. And if I don't balance those things, then I will become sick. I become too tired. I will not produce what I want. I will feel like, no, I am only talking and don't deliver what I want to do. So that is the hard part. I have a lot of things I want to do. I started up, created like a e-commerce platform recently, and it demands so much work. I have 3 websites. I need to update them and make sure they are working. 1 Shopify and 2 WordPress sites and 1 nonprofit and the other 2 brands which I'm working on. It's so demanding. At the same time, I am doing my best for balancing the life, taking care of the house, taking care of things around. My brother used to say to me, have you been out in the garden and fixed the things? Have you done this or that? No, I am busy with. And then I feel a little bit stressed. It's too much at the same time. Then I need to know time management is so important. Okay, on Sunday I will do that. And then I dedicate that day for what I need and have to do. So it's about planning. I should say, as a project manager, I learned 80% of the time for each project is about planning. Execution is the rest 20%. If you do the opposite way around, then you will not be able to deliver a result, because then you are always trying to mitigate with all the things which are happening, which you haven't planned and checked from the beginning.
Yeah, it's totally true, and I also agree. So, my next question is, what you say for those people who say who afraid from like who always says that how we manage personal life and how we manage professional commitments.
Yeah, I should say that is about the ability to say no. If you don't have the ability or the character of being able to say no, then we can't say yes to what we want. And if we always say yes or act like we can fix and do everything, then it will be a mess. And those people are many times overachievers, and then they will feel like they are not able to deliver what they want to do, because then they come into the situation with a poor balance between the private life and the business life. And for example, if you have demands from the family, from the spouse, from the people you are living with, or parents, or whatever it is, and you have tasks you need to do at home, if you then say yes and you take on too much, the family will not be happy with you. The work will not be happy with you. You will not be successful in any of those places. I have gone through those things, so I know how hard it is. Therefore, you need a time management to say yes and no. And be sure about remove all the clutter, remove everything which disturbs you. Don't keep that up on the desk. And if you get the paper in your hand, for example, throw it away if it's not anything of value. Don't think I will fix that later or put them on a pile and let them taking over and you feel overwhelmed after a while. Is it important? Shall I act on it? Do it. Is it not important? Throw it away in the dustbin immediately. Don't let it take your thoughts and your time. And if it's something someone else can do it, delegate. Delegate. Okay, I will hand it over to this person or to someone else to take care of this. I can't do it.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. So, my next question from you is, what is one lesson you learned the hard way?
Oh, one of the hardest lessons I have learned is that money is not coming from the heaven. Money is coming from hard work and smart thinking and the planning of what you want to do for getting the money. Because one day you might think, because it's going well today, tomorrow it might not work the same way. Because the world is changing, systems are changing, people are changing. The only thing we can be aware of and know is that everything is changing. That's a part of the world. We can't trust what we have now. Therefore, we need. I have been homeless. I have lost everything. I've been sleeping in cellars. I had no money at all. I was totally broken and I didn't know what I should eat. I was making tea from little wheat. I had little salt, I had little oil, and I drank tea. And that was the same for weeks. So I have gone through, and then I was thinking, I don't want to use my energy. I have to go and sleep and just don't waste energy until I am back again. And so I lived for $50 per month. And that was enough for buying little bread, buying little wheat, buying the tea, getting, So I know how it is to be very poor and living on a very poor budget. And that learned me so much about people. I was walking in Stockholm on the streets there at night because I had nowhere to sleep. I was walking to a cellar and slept on the beton floor. And when I saw people there, some of them were begging or didn't have anywhere to sleep. They were sleeping outside like a warehouse, and there were like the hot air coming from the ground up. So they were sleeping there. It was no difference between me and them because I was thinking that could be me laying there. The difference was that I had well dressed, I had good clothes, so I could sit in the lobby at the hotel, and there I was actually doing the work. I was selling from the lobby, and I used my laptop, and it was free Wi-Fi there, so I could use what was there. I learned a lot from that time.
Yeah, you are right that doing hard work by money. Okay, so my next question from you is, how do you usually start your day?
I used to start my day by actually go up and make breakfast.
That's good to know that you make your breakfast by your own. So amazing. Now, my next question from you is, how did you first get into digital content creation?
I actually started up to use internet in the beginning of the 90s or late 80s. When it was BBS, when it was like news groups, when it was like trumpet windsock, it was like the modems, and the first modem I had, I think it was, I think it was 9,600. It was baud. Now we are talking baud, and that's almost nothing when you're also that was histories. I have been 2,400. Yeah, it was 1,200, then came 2,400 baud, and then it increased, and then it came with ISDN and so on. So I was on that era. So that was the first time I started up. I created my first homepage in the beginning of the 90s.
It means that the internet and your connection was too old. And okay, that's amazing actually. So my next question from you is, what makes your coaching style unique?
I think it's because, and I have heard that also from some of the clients, that I have so much experience from many things, from business, from IT, from people, from many different kind of experiences, and that is quite unique. For example, I've been working in 5 different prisons. I've been working as project manager for big companies. I have been working at support living, night work, night shifts. I've been working with addicted people. I've been working with so many, and managers I've been coaching as well. So career coaching. So what I heard is the broad experience I have from many different areas. That is what is unique. So my questions can be very challenging sometimes, and that is also creating breakthroughs, because sometimes people are, I would not say lazy, but we are afraid of change. And for a change, we sometimes need to be a little bit shaken. Like we need to bring up things and make people to think and ask them questions which can be challenging to think about, to reflect about, because reflection is one of the most important parts. If a person is saying something, then I used to analyze, I used to use my intuition, I used to think about what situations, what is this person actually have to face right now, what can I ask the person right now, what is happening in the person's life, and yeah, using different kind of techniques for bringing up things which are in the subconscious mind. That's important.
Okay, so now I want to know that um like how do you stay motivated every day? Because I think that you do a lots of work, and for that I think so motivation was truly important. So how you stay motivated?
That is a very good question. I would say some years ago when I met my wife, and I was like thinking that I am retired. I don't have to do anything. And she was like saying to me, "Oh, Christy, you have a lot. You have done this and that and like that." And she said, "You need to learn AI. You need to learn about AI." And I was like, "No, I'm retired." And then I was like, "Okay, I will take on this challenge." So I decided that I will use AI for everything I am doing. That is the best way. Learning by doing is my motivation. Because if I get bored, or if I feel like I get stuck or something, then AI is very good for actually your creativity. I should say it is inspiring and also challenging the different AI agents and all the AI platforms. They are giving different answers. And when you get something and you're creating the prompts and whatever, you need to be creative yourself and think about the replies you get, and then challenge them, the other AI agents, and see which one can I trust. And then when I get an answer, then use it again. And then my brain triggers because I want to know so many things. If I see something I don't know, then I dig into it, because I think that is my motivator: learning by doing and analyzing what is the result, what can be the benefit from this, which kind of solution can I create. That is what triggers me and makes me motivated, and I have fun when I am doing it, because when I'm doing it, I can see things. I see like a visual way of things, how it can work. Like, for example, the e-commerce platform, the portal we have created, it contains three things. The first is the coaching. Second is education. The third are the products. And people I talked with, they are always saying like, "Oh, why don't you just focus on the products? Why don't you just focus on the coaching? Why don't you just focus on the education?" It's like many artists, when they are liking to play and explore new things, they experiment with different kind of music, different kind of voices, different kind of, and I see myself like a creative person, and I don't like to get stuck. I want to explore new ways of doing things. So when I was talking with many people, they are trying to put me into, like, labeling me. Are you into social media? Are you into coaching? Are you into this? Are you? No, I like it all. It's like a part of life, and I want to integrate it, because when we are living and when we are going through challenges, we are not just going to a coach and then is everything fixed. No, I am thinking I go to a coach because I want a solution and I need help to find a solution by myself, but I need this kind of inspiration and engagement from another person who can ask me some powerful questions. And then For what? Why do I need it? Yeah, for a purpose, for the work, for family issues, for something else I want for the future. And I don't want to stay where I am. I want to move forward. So that is the best way I can say.
That's a great motivation. So, my next question is from AI. As you say, you used AI as well. So, I think that some people was afraid from AI that AI should replace them, and because I don't think so that AI replace jobs, but I think that AI give more opportunities to humans. So, what was your point of view?
From the beginning, I was very negative about AI. I was tired of all the technological things and the new names, and it's coming up one buzzword after the other. And that's, yeah, from the beginning, machine learning, and then data, and like Google, and you analyze and you collect the data, and you need to get something out from it. And I was also a little bit afraid of that AI will be something which will take over the human interaction and communication. And so I was a little bit negative. But the more I learned about it, the more I can see, oh, now I see this is a person who knows this or knows that, and the algorithms are, well, they created like that, and they have built it up now. So the agent is under development, and okay, here I see the gaps which is not working. So never ever trust AI like the final solution or something like that. But I see AI as a tool for helping to gather, collect the data much faster, to get some kind of flow into a workflow, for example. Or for me, when I am creating website, I just I put in the details, and then I say, like, end up with, now I want the final solution for this problem or this challenge. And with all the data between there. So several prompts telling different things. And then I get the answer and can say, for example, yeah, that sounds reasonable. That is something I will go for. And then I start to work on it. And I get codes from AI when I need to improve things and it's not working. At the same time, I'm afraid of, if I just put in the code in something, then I have the next question. What happens when it's an upgrade in this platform? Will that consider this code which I put in this place on the in the file or something like that? So AI is in the early state, I would say, right now. People are talking so much about AI. You have the Rehan School, you have WaterWala, for example. That is great, but we must be very careful and understand that AI is not the final solution, but it is helping us to grow and to improve and to see new ways of doing things. And it saves a lot of time if you know how to use it. So you don't get into fall, because if AI give you an answer and you think, oh, that's the final solution, and then you dig into it, then you might end up and say, oh, it's not working like it was saying here from the beginning. Then you can be sure about your prompts are not correct and you haven't ended up with the final questions. And yeah, so that's my point related to AI. Great help. I'm so
It's an
thankful my wife
Yeah,
told me about AI.
it's an amazing point of view, sir. Because I also think same that through AI we cannot depend only on AI as a final solution. So amazing, sir. And last, I would like to request you that can you give a small advice to our audience who watching us?
Yeah, my I should say this is the most advice of them all. I used to say this: get to know yourself. Get to know what your talents, your skills, your passion, your values are. Because if you know those things, then you can always find your way to do what you want to do in life. For job, education if you need it. Make a plan for the future so you have your goals clear for you. And make also, I should say, visualize the future 5 years from now, 10 years from now, where you want to be. So you have like a visualization of the future. And so you can follow that as a vision, like dreams. I have done that a couple of times, and it's the same all the time, which is coming back. And I'm coming back to that. Meantime, I am changing the goals. I am adding new goals, sub goals, and so on. And then I go for them. For example, now with a non-profit organization, starting it up with 3 people. I'm talking now about starting up and working with youth, because I think youth, especially in Sweden, it's really easy for them to go into wrong, I should say, to criminality, start using drugs, because the society is actually selling drugs to people from the, I should say, I don't feel so well. Yeah, take this pill. Or I want to do this. Or we have a party here. Yeah, we have a party here. And then the youth are coming. And then they drink together, or they take some pills, or they want to smoke, or they want to do all kind of stupid things, which can destroy their lives where they are right now. And there are elder people, they are earning money on them. They want to trap them into drugs because they know if they have sold drugs to one person, then they might have fixed their income for the rest of the year, or for, because that person will be dependent on the dealer. So those things are what I'm working on right now, and how to protect the youth from getting into those things.
That's a great work, May. I pray that you succeed in your goal.
And
So thank you very much, sir, for giving me your precious time. I hope you enjoy with me this podcast. So thank you very much, sir.
thank you so much. And my advice to the people is never start and listen to those who want to sell drugs or get you into any kind of criminality, because it never goes well. Focus on your studies, the future, make yourself proud and happy, your parents, your relatives, and the people you love around you. That's my advice. Get to know yourself. Good luck.
That's a great
Uh,
thing. So thank you very much, sir. Bye bye.
Allah Hafiz.
So
Bye.
Allah Hafiz. So yeah, that's all from my side. I hope, dear audience, you enjoy today's interview and you learn a lot from Sir Christer, because I also learn a lot from him. So we will meet soon. So till then, stay tuned with us. Take care of yourself, and bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.